If there was any way I thought I would get away with delaying this episode for another 4 or 5 games to keep our winning run going, I would. But you'd all moan if I didn't show you the Boston game, wouldn't you? Hello and welcome to part 18 of the Bolton battle. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have two big games in the Conference National. The first one is at home against Boston. You all like a Boston game. And then the second one a few days later away against what I guess a local rival's Blackpool. Are Blackpool considered a rival of Bolton? They're just down the road from each other, aren't they? How do we find out if they're rivals? There you go. Historic rivalry with Blackpool. Since you were last with me, it's all been going rather well. We're on a nice little winning streak, 5 wins in a row, which is kind of why I would like to just carry on playing without the camera rolling until that run stops, because if there's one thing guaranteed to end a run, usually any kind of run, whether it's wins, draws, losses, whatever it might be, it's turning the camera on because it likes to just mess things up and do things a little bit differently. Plus the fact I have to save the game to be able to roll the camera because I have to turn it off to load up. You don't need to know the technical stuff, but we all know that obviously saving the game and closing it, that's the curse that ends a run as well, which is why when you win and you never turn the game off, but I've had to, and that's not good. But this is how the league table is after 6 games. I know it's still very early on, but encouraging to see us right up there, 1 point off the top of the table in the early little breakaway pack, and hopefully that's where we shall remain. This is the team that we're going to be playing against Boston today. We've got Eggs in goal, 3 of the new defenders at the back, McCormick, Dodge and Albinson. We have just signed another centre back to give them some competition. Aidan Darby, he's not fully fit yet because he joined on deadline day, so he's only been with us a week. But he's been at Boston for the last 2 years in this division, so lots of experience at this level. I think he's going to be a very good backup to those 3 who've established themselves as our top 3 defenders now. So McCormick, Dodge and Albinson, and then Berry and Jennings pretty much established as our first choice wing backs as well. Freeman would like to think he still gets in ahead of Jennings, but he hasn't done for a few games now. And if you look at Freeman's last 5 games rating of 6.78 compared to Jennings on 7.76, and he's also weighed in with 2 goals as well, you can see that I'm pretty happy with our 2 new wing backs. Martin and Boyle Chong. Again, I mean, it's a settled side. We haven't had a settled side in 2 years at Bolton so far, but this is pretty much what we've got here. Martin and Boyle Chong have played pretty much every game together. Finley gets in every now and again, and considering he was the saviour last year, it shows how good Liam Boyle Chong has been as a signing. And then Andre Glover, who's in the form of his life, averaging an 8.04 in his last 5 games and 2 goals already this season. In behind our joint top scorers, Abbott and Mitchell. They've picked up where they left off last year. We brought in 2 strikers that I was expecting to be better than both of them, and they've not been able to get into the team yet because the 2 of them just keep scoring goals, and it's all rather splendid. So, launching straight into the game. We're at home against Boston. There's no one we recognise in their team, I don't think. Why would there be? It's nearly 20 seasons since my old man left. But I am a little bit nervous because we've been in one of those runs, and it's yesterday that I played that run of games. And when you go back to it, when you've been on a run, you're guaranteed to lose in your first game back, because otherwise the game just gets too easy if you learn to win and then always get to carry on winning. But hopefully we can just pick him. Look, Abbott's in the clear here. He must score here. He squares it to Mitchell and we score a FIFA goal. I mean, that shouldn't be allowed in any form of football. It's just cheating. But excellent awareness from Abbott to know that Mitchell was there. And obviously they know they're going to provide goals for each other all season long. Because if I was Abbott, I'm shooting there all day long. He's got so much space. He would have scored. But Mitchell, absolutely guaranteed to score. So Abbott squares it across to him. We're 1-0 up. This is exciting stuff. Oh, I love a FIFA goal. I think it's only the second one I've seen in this version of Football Manager, and I do enjoy them when they happen. Jennings with the cross, bounce back out, but Martin puts it to Jennings, who tries again. Back to Martin. Jennings for a 3rd time, and it's clear again. Is it coming back out to Jennings for the 4th time? It is. And again, it's cleared. I mean, we're putting them under some pressure, but we've got a perfectly good wing back on the other side as well. You know, you could give it to him and let him have a crack as well. And Eggs with a good save. Whew, that was a hectic spell of play. And it's not over yet. Boyle Chong I need a name for that lad. Heading clear. Martin now does the same. Jennings again now. And Mitchell can start the break. It goes to Glover, out to Berry. So this is that other wing back we're talking about. That's probably why they didn't give it to him. He's keeping Colin Lamb out the side, though, to be fair. And Lamb, he won Player of the Season last year. I don't remember if I've told you that at any point, but he got about 40% of the vote in the Player of the Year awards. Dave Mitchell won everything else. Signing of the season, Young Player of the Season, Goal of the Season, was runner-up in Player of the Season. The fans were quite taken with Dave Mitchell. And we've let in an equaliser, and it feels against the run of play. The stats would suggest otherwise, but I guess we've just had the better of the highlight chances. But I mean, it's just an easy goal for them to score. And when we're playing 3 League 2 level, that is a tall player, but 3 League 2 level centre backs and a decent up and coming goalkeeper, you would expect us to be able to keep chances like that out. But alas, it was not to be. We go in 1-1 at half time, and really, we want to get another goal here. We were top of the league for a few minutes there. Now Exeter are another of Daddy's old clubs. Exeter now top of the league. Are York in this league this season? Well, this could be a season full of reunions. I don't think they are. And Boston are coming at us again here. But Boyle Chong has that's a poor pass, and we're letting them break on us again here, and they're in. And I don't think that wasn't even a save. It was just a terrible, terrible miss from the Boston striker. And hopefully that's the let-off that we needed to just spark a little bit of life back into us. We are capable of winning this game. We should be winning this game. We are the better of these two teams. But 2 of our star men just not performing today. So Glover's going to come off and Abbott's going to come off. Didlick, I'm not sure. I guess he can play as the target man then. Have we met Luke Didlick yet? I don't know. He's come on a couple of times and not really done anything at all. We'll just stick him as the target man, see how he fares. And the 2 of those have got 20-25 minutes to try and exert some influence on the game, get us back into a winning position. We've won 5 games on a bounce here. Boston have got a corner, haven't they? They're gonna score. Kenny Dodge is tired and on a yellow card, so we're going to bring John Curtis on just to hopefully stop us giving away a sloppy penalty or anything silly like that. And now we want to see these two substitutes inject some excitement going forward. But Jennings could have beaten his man there, chose not to. Why is Jennings not crossing? Boyle Chong now, what's he going to do? Finds Berry, he can surely cross. Someone should cross the football. Jennings is going to now. Didlick is in, and it's 2-1. And there you go. Luke Didlick has Dildick, not Didlick. I can't call him Dildick. Is that even a real name? I swear that was Didlick when he signed, which is, to be fair, just as bad. But Dildick, really? Oh dear. If your name is Dildick, I apologise, or Didlick, because they're both silly. But oh dear, we might have to let him go. I know he's just scored the winner against Boston, but I don't think I can say that. I'm a teacher, for goodness sake. Students watch this. I can't be saying that. Goodness me. Right, let's go and play Blackpool while I decide what we're going to change his name to. Right, couple of changes for the Blackpool game. More about freshening the squad up a little bit than out of any kind of necessity. So Finley comes in for Martin, and Dildick comes in up front for Mitchell for good. Right, we're just going to call him Luke. I don't care. I don't want a nickname, but I can't be seen to be the child that this name is making me act like. Oh, hold on. There we go. Just Luke. Luke is fine. Luke is going to be up front. Got away with it. No one thinks you're a child now. Well played. I can't remember what I was saying. Let's go and hopefully beat Blackpool. For some reason, we've gone back to the inbox. Did I press the wrong button? No, because now we're back into the game. A win today has the potential to put us top of the league as well, which would be rather splendid. I don't care about them. Yes, we can win this match. I don't know how good Blackpool are, actually. They might be marvellous. Who knows? It feels a bit like we've got a mysterious Brazilian up front now, a one-named wonder. Luke. There you go, see. He just sounds more threatening. Just one four-letter name. All the best strikers have just the one four-letter name, don't they? I can think of at least 2 examples off the top of my head. Examples of good strikers with 4-letter names in the comments, please. What is going on with it? I mean, it's thrown me completely. I was convinced his name was Didlick, and I don't know why I thought that was better. Right, let's try and focus on the football now and stop being a child. Right, they've got a player called Chapman. Should we sign him and pretend he's my son's son? Luke was in there, and that's sort of was that a save? Did that bounce back off the crossbar? It all seemed to happen very quickly, but it would have been nice to see him grab his first goal with a new name on his shirt. Well, it's all stopped. Been here long. No, we've got. Oh, there you go. Jennings is in again. I mean, he's been a surprise star coming in on that right. I mean, Freeman should have been pretty much safe, you would have thought, after his performance last season. And Jennings has just come in and said, you know what? He might be one of your best players. Don't care. I'm going to play there, and I'm going to play every week, and I'm going to show you why. And he snatched the first opportunity he was given and has not given up that shirt. Jennings again with a cross. Luke is in. It's 1-0. The two conversation players are combined to get us a goal. Jennings yet another assist. He's having a very good start to the season. And it was a beautifully placed cross for Luke to just latch on to the end of and tuck away. There he is. Look, not bad right-footed finish for a left footer. Yes, I'm playing him on the wrong side. What of it? Well, that's what Fleetwood. I feel like they shouldn't be in this division. They're a bit too good. We're having an incredible start to the season, and we're still not top of the league. And there's only one team goes up automatically. We need to be a little bit wary of this Fleetwood outfit, because we don't. I mean, if we're as good as we seem to be in these first 7 or 8 games, we don't want to have to mess around with the playoffs. We want to just run away with this league. That'll be fun. When was the last time we did that? Long time ago now. Eggs with a good save. I mean, we're getting far too premature. We're halfway through the 8th game of the season. We're probably still going to finish mid-table after all this. Once the bubble bursts and all the excitement ends, and Eggs collects again. I don't think he knew much about it that time. I think there was just some good defending going on in there, and it all happened so quickly that I'm not even sure who was responsible for it. But Boyle Chong clears up to Luke, who has space to run into, beats his man, uses his pace, cross comes in, and did Abbott tuck that away? He's the one celebrating. It could have been Abbott, it could have been Glover coming in behind him. It was actually the one who looked like, I mean, it was obviously Abbott because the computer's not going to be wrong, but look, they're both there. Abbott for the first time and then again for the second time. Is that his 5th or his 6th goal of the season, putting us 2-0 up. We've got quite a few decent strikers here now. We've stumbled across a very decent looking squad for this level. Let's make a couple of substitutions. We're going to bring Lee Martin on for Glover and just stick Finley up behind the front two. And then we're going to take Albinson off for Curtis, and we're just going to do that because that seems to make more sense to me. Give it 10 minutes. Dave Mitchell's warming up. I don't know if we'll bring him on today actually. We're 2-0 up, and we could probably do with bringing Freeman on for Berry maybe, because Berry looks like he's struggling a little bit. I'm not sure if Freeman can play left wing back or if Jennings can. Can either of them do it? Oh goodness me, not really. Okay, Berry, you're just going to have to be tired. If you get injured, we've got Lamb on the bench. We're going to bring Mitchell on for Luke, just because it was a bit harsh dropping Mitchell, really. He's been in just as good form as Abbott, but Luke's now come in 2 goals in a game and a half. And we have decisions to make up front now, and I guess we go with our players that we actually own rather than our loanee, even if he was one of the stars of last year. But, you know, you'll be back tomorrow and I'll have played Mitchell in every game and he'll be top scorer. Because, you know, I very rarely stand by any of these statements I make in these episodes. Right, where are we? 8 games in. We are still second in the league, 1 place behind Fleetwood. And why did I press that? I was still talking. Importantly, nice little breakaway group of 3 of us who are on 20 points now. And I like the fact there's a 7-point gap that keeps us secure in those playoffs. And I was moaning about playoffs a minute ago, but you know what? If we finished in the playoffs this year, that was what we were aiming for. That would still be awesome. So I'm going to disappear off and play some more games offline. I'm going to try and get a bulk of games played. It's probably going to be somewhere around here, maybe, that we play our next episode towards the end of October. And see where we are then. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more. And thank you very much for watching. Dildick.